Hello there! Tis here, realizing I made some mistakes last time, starting with putting boundaries on where I can explore. The bigger mistake was rushing through quests. I was so focused on taking out the scavenger matron, I didn't care about the nearby ancient spire I hadn't been to yet. Climbing the spires should always be top priority. So I came back to reach that spire, but I'm not rushing this time. Along the way I found this ruin. Nothing dangerous here, but I do find a lore entry. Back on the road, I spot an abandoned watchtower. Okay, maybe not so abandoned. Again, no challenge, but I do have to really search to find my reward for exploring. A fossil in a rather strange place. With no more major distractions, I finally arrive at the spire. Puzzle time! Yay! After unlocking the fast travel point, I realize I still feel bad about taking out the matron at range, so I decide to go after her again. I discover quickly the problem with my axe. It's too slow. To test, I switch to my sword and make a startling discovery. Every hit seems to pause her attack animation. So, a fast attack is the key to a melee build? Was my first mistake going the berserker route? Couldn't be. I like my axe and plan to keep using it, except when the target's too small, when the target's too dangerous for a slow attack, or when I'm in an area too dark for a weapon that doesn't glow. Like this cave. Last time, I was okay with fire. This time, not so much, but I can't run away. I desperately want new armor, and for that, the hunter needs her hand spindle, which is here. Besides, dealing with spiders in games actually helps relieve my spider problem in the real. That being said, I stick around after getting my prize. I hear more of them skittering, but they can't reach me, and this luminous growth is a new resource for me. I have to mine it. Until my pick breaks. Emboldened by my success getting the hand spindle, I go after the blacksmith's crucible. I thought about making a second pick, but that's inventory space, and I'm still always running out. And that is a fairly large scavenger camp, in Revelwood. The compass shows some distance still to the crucible, so I figure it's at the far end of the camp and start looking for a way around. I find some amber, and I find an obelisk. But no way to get to the back of the camp unseen. Not without carving up the hills to get over them. It's not long before I face the one scavenger I know I'll have a lot of trouble with. But luck is with me this time. He gets stuck, allowing me to finish from range, and make another discovery. Shooting a bow costs stamina, but running out of stamina doesn't prevent shooting. With the obstacle removed, I hurry to the crucible. It has a repair table and a copper deposit with it, so of course I mine the copper until my pick breaks, then repair it and start again. I get bored really fast though. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't make that second pick. At this point, I technically have everything I need for my new armor. I just have to smelt some copper for some more flocks to grow. So I decide to kill some time doing a couple more quests. First up, Queen's Tooth the carpenter told me about a long time ago. It's bigger than I expected, and has both enemies and puzzles, a refreshing change. At the end, I pick up a glowing shield to go with my glowing sword. It's even a minor upgrade. Next, I decide it's not right that only the hunter and blacksmith have gotten their advanced tools, especially since the alchemist asked first. So I go to the alchemist's old tower for his mortar, and also find the cat he wants me to bring home. But I don't have any bait, so the cat's gonna have to wait. I'm sure it'll be fine though. It seems to have killed a rat twice its size already. Mortar in hand, I go back home to finally make my armor. Of course I have to test it. During the first test, I find some cosmetic gear. A farmer set. It doesn't take space if I equip it, so I guess I get the farmer look for a bit. Afterwards, I go for a tougher test, getting a round saw for the carpenter. This involves fighting more of Revelwood's scavengers. Along the way, I find a lore entry that points me to another building block. I'm able to get the saw, but not the block. I'll have to come back for that later. When the alchemist first asked me to check out the hollow halls, I didn't realize that was part of one of the major updates, but having two of the others comment on the objective was enough to tell me it would be big. I put it off for a bit, but decide now is the time to check it out. At first, it doesn't seem too bad. More creepy than anything, with a series of notes encouraging further exploration. Then I find the hole in the ground. Once I drop in, everything changes. There's a toxic-looking substance that I just have to test, and determine it's really bad, until I realize the flame I jumped through did more damage. The traps are nastier than I'm used to, the enemies swarm more than I've ever seen before, and those guys actually look dangerous. It took a while to catch one alone and determine it is tough, but not as bad as those scavengers. Maybe because it's not 3 or more levels above me. At the end, I get a new building block, a new person for my base, a new legendary weapon I won't likely ever use, and a way back to the entrance. My other people seem nervous about the new guy, so with all the drama we've already had, I'm sure he'll fit right in.
Fascinating, isn't it?
I also finally have enough skill points to get a big skill I've been saving for. It's supposed to increase the attack speed of two-hand weapons. I have to test it, of course, and it looks faster, but will it be fast enough? Before I do anything else, I have to get the farmer her kettle. I'd put it off because it would be a lot more distance running than gliding, but I've learned running can be good too. I find a flame shrine and a flame sanctum, guarded by a lot of spitting plants. After using most of my arrows getting in, I find an elixir well also guarded by spitting plants. Guess I'll have to come back to this one later. When I see the city, I know immediately how I'm going to travel in it. Still need to figure out how to get in, of course. It looks too far to just glide. I only dropped to the ground twice in the city. First to get a chest, which gives me a better weapon, then to test the new stuff. Here I find 2 more lore entries and a bridge to the flame sanctum with a kettle in it. Back home, I realize 3 of my people have asked for animals, but I don't currently have the ability to keep them fed, so I plant more crops and kill time. At the salt mine, the hunter wanted me to accidentally blowing the first time. While in that area, I pick up another fossil and destroy another shroud root. I start with goats, since they can sometimes be right outside the base, but I know a better place for them. I try for the cat next, but don't do so well, and almost run out of bait. Guess it's not happening this time. I'm not ready to give up on the cat, so I take a break, make some more bait, and return for another try. I got the hang of it this time. But I realize I haven't tested my better attack speed against an opponent where it matters yet, and I still want that building block I had to leave behind before. As soon as I reach the location, I find an enemy I completely bypassed last time. It'll make a good first test. Clearing the camp gives me another level, allowing me to unlock jump attack, so now I need to test that too. This guy stopped me from crossing the bridge last time, but I think I'm ready now. That actually went fairly well. Only one more obstacle stands between me and the building block. A matron, much tougher than the other one. This is the real test of my new skills. The nasty poison. Maybe I should start carrying antidotes? After getting my stuff back and picking up the blocks, I continue exploring and find the one thing I was hoping not to discover. A way I could have bypassed those last 2 fights. Well, at least I know those skills work as well as I'd hoped. But it's been a long day, now it's time to rest and plan my next move. I sure hope I've been a pleasant enough distraction for you. If so, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. I'd love to hear from you. Catch you next time.